Good afternoon. Sorry I didn't get my video on this morning. I had some technical difficulties I had to sort out. So, steps 4, 5, 6, and 7, they all kind of go hand in hand in the book, and that's the way we're going to tackle those steps. Before we do that, I want to talk to you about steps. There's people that, they call them 1, 2, 3. They're just third steppers. They just do the first 3 steps and never do anything else. And I'm going to tell you, when it comes to 4 and 5, people get really hung up. And 4 and 5 get more alcoholics and addicts killed than you can shake a stick at. You would not believe the sheer number of people that get drunk and high because they won't do this stuff. They won't do it. They don't want to do it. They're afraid of it. So they just continually do 1, 2, 3. The other thing that I want to say is if you have a sponsor or a person in AA advising you or somebody else you're talking to, and they tell you, whoa, 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 slow down. You don't need to do 4 and 5. You just focus on 1, 2, 3. You're not ready for the steps. You need 6 months. You need a year before you're ready for this. Fuck them. I'll say it again. Fuck them. That's going to piss some people off, and I don't really care. I mean, if you haven't figured out by now, I have my own brand of how my sobriety works, and it was what was given to me in Toledo when I got sober by some grouchy people that called me out on my bullshit and held me to task. You don't have a time constraint when it comes to your steps. You work them as fast or as slow as you need to. I am going to tell you, the longer you drag your feet, the more likely you are to balk when it comes time to do it. You're not going to do these steps one time and walk away and then you're good. This whole California sober bullshit and that douchebag that's on TV telling me I used to be a crack addict, but now I'm not, and I can fix you. Fuck him too. It's a matter of what you're willing to do. As desperate as only the dying can be, that's who we are. For me, this is life and death. I will fucking die if I drink or drug. I will absolutely fucking die. This isn't a game. I make light of a lot of things. I joke. That's why my whole thing is sarcastic and sober, because that is who I am. That is the definition of me. You know, that's why the group is named what it is. That's why my email is sarcasticandsober@gmail.com, because that's who I am. That's an accurate description of Derek Cooper, the human being. So, step 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. So what are we asking you to do? At this point, you've admitted you were powerless. You've admitted that there's something more powerful than you. And you've asked that person, that being, that entity, that deity, be it God, be it Allah, Buddha, your mom, your aunt, your uncle, your teacher, whoever it is that you focus on as your higher power for the time being. I don't focus on it as God all the time. I have more and more, the longer I've been sober, it's been more God centered. I'm spiritual, not religious. So, at the end of step 3, you have a third step prayer, which I didn't touch on in that step, and I apologize. I'll give you the prayer now. God, I offer myself to thee to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. So you've said that prayer. So you've now asked a higher power to guide your life. You're no longer the captain of the ship, which is really fucking hard for a pirate to say, and those of you who know me and those of you who are looking at the Coop's Pirate Paradise gift shop, see that I'm a pirate by nature. It's who I am. So you've now asked that higher power. So now what we're asking you to do is we're asking you to look inside yourself. What makes you tick? What have you done? What are your character defects? What are the things wrong in your life that you've done? So now, oh shit, I got to look at me. I don't want to fucking do that. I'm a thief. I'm a con. There's people on here that will probably attest to this, but back in the day when I was partying and stuff, and I was still trucking, I used to tell people I drink on Friday. I also drank Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But my catchphrase, my slogan, my mantra was I drink on Friday. I don't do shit else. I drink on Friday. The other thing that I used to tell people was stealing makes me happy. That was me. Stealing makes me happy, and I drink on Friday. That was my life. Everybody that knew me knew those words. So I had to look at myself. So when you do the fourth and fifth step, you're going to do these steps more than once. Unfortunately, if nobody's already told you that, you're going to do them more than once. So step 4, go for the low-hanging fruit. Go for the shit that's right there that you can take now, that you know that you can pull this character defect out and you can throw it on the fucking table and you can say, I don't need that anymore. I've got a new way of life. I've got somebody else guiding me, and my higher power is going to be able to take this shit and get rid of it. So go through and do that. And then when you write it out, you're going to write down, cause and effect. How did it affect you? How did it affect the other person? Was it financial? Was it emotional? Was it sexual? Was it physical? You're going to write those things down. And once you get that list compiled, then you're going to move on to step 5. And in step 5, we admit to God, to ourselves, and here's the catch, another human being, the exact nature of our wrongs. That's where it gets hard, because I know me. I know all these bad things about me. Right now, I have to accept them, which was never easy for me. So I start accepting all the shit that I did. Now I'm going to tell God, who I know already knows the bad shit, but I have to admit it to him. And then I have to tell another human being. And here's where it's kind of funny, because you're going to talk to somebody and you're going to tell them some bad shit. I've heard some bad shit from people on a 4th step, 5th step. But what you're going to be surprised about is when it's over. Like when I was done, I just knew I was the worst piece of shit son of a bitch on earth. And when I was done with my 5th step, the guy looked at me and said, that's it. Wow. He's like, I've heard worse from little old ladies. It's nobody knows the depths of what you go through. So don't get hung up on it. Step 4 and 5, kill people. It fucking kills people. Don't let that happen. I've watched people 1, 2, 3 right out the fucking door and into a box, unfortunately. So you tell that person, hey, this is it. So now, step 6, became willing to have God remove all these defects of character. Now, I told you a little bit ago, don't put a time restraint on anything. Don't let anybody constrain you. On this part, and I mean this, wholly, you need to take an hour for meditation. You need to meditate on everything that you're about to do and everything, and make sure. Because step number 7, contrary to what a lot of people maybe understand about step 7 is all about humility. And we as alcoholics and addicts do not like to be humbled. We don't like to humble ourselves. We don't like somebody else to serve us up some humble pie. We don't fucking like it. So take this hour, reflect. If you need more time than an hour, you tell that person that you're with, I need more time. I have to meditate on this more. I have to really feel this in my heart, my soul, and I need more time. But at least take that hour, if nothing else, to meditate on it and be sure that you're ready to give this shit up. Don't get me wrong, because you can take the shit back anytime. Self-will will get us drunk. It'll get us high. I can take back everything that I've given my higher power at any moment. I can take back over the shit. Mutiny. So, when you're done, step number 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcoming. Okay, so now we're asking God, hey, can you do this? Can you take these things from me? Um, hold on a second. I lost something that I was looking for. Okay, sorry about that. So humbly ask him to remove our shortcomings. Now, when it says humbly, it means humbly. You need to humble yourself before your higher power. That's hard for a lot of people. It was damn near impossible for me when I came here. Get on your knees, because that simple act of getting on your knees is so humbling. And I'm going to tell you that if you're ashamed of your higher power or of what you think you've done, and you're too ashamed to get on your knees, then you're not ready to really truly humbly ask him. So take more time and meditate, because I'm here to tell you, if I meet you on the street or in public or as we trudge the happy road to destiny, and you say to me, "Hey, Coop, I'm struggling. Would you pray with me?" I'm going to get on my knees wherever we are with you, because I'm not ashamed of my God, and I'm not ashamed to humble myself in the eyes of others. So if you said, "Coop, I'm struggling," bet your ass, if you ask me to, I'm going to get on my knees and I'm going to pray with you. Now, I don't necessarily say the greatest prayers. Sometimes they have lots of swear words, and we got to kind of dial it back. But the fact is, I don't care. Middle of a rock concert, let's go see Motley Crue at a stadium tour. They keep threatening to do that. And if we're at that tour and you get that urge or you get that feeling and you're like, "Oh my God, I can't do this, I need to pray," bet your ass in the middle of the stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, I will get on my knees and I will pray with you. And what everybody else in that crowd thinks, be damned, because I will humble myself with you, for you, in front of you, because that's how serious this is to me. This is life or death. I'm doing what I'm doing now to save my life. This is a selfless, selfish program. By helping you, I'm staying sober. I'm helping myself. When you come in and you've got a day, you've got 24 hours and you're shaking and you're clinging to that. And you come to me and say, "I got 24 hours and I'm fucking struggling and I don't know if I can end it." You, my friend, are a miracle. And when I say that, I don't mean those words lightly. You are an absolute miracle, because I feed off of that. And I want to be you at that moment, because I want to remember what it felt like. So the newcomers feed people who've been around for a long time, because it's easy for us to forget where we came from. So when it comes to the humility, it's really not that big of a deal. But I want you to understand, from somebody who's, you know, got a couple of days sober, I will humble myself with you no matter where we are. We could be in court, like I said, a rock concert, wherever the hell you want me to, and know that to be true. I will humble myself with you, for you, in front of you, and pray with you. So when you're ready, you humbly ask God to remove all these shortcomings. And this is the 7-step prayer. My Creator, I am now willing that you should have all of me, good and bad, package deal. I pray that you now remove from me every single defect of character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and my fellows. So now I'm becoming useful to both my God and my fellows, which means my fellow addicts, my fellow alcoholics, those in need. Grant me the strength as I go out from here to do your bidding. Amen. So it's always about God's will. It's always about our higher power's will for us. So now you're through 4, 5, 6, and 7. It wasn't so hard, was it? Easy peasy, lemon squeeze. I love you all. Remember, if you have questions that you want to ask me, whether you want to do it publicly, you can post on my wall. You can post on the wall in the private group. You can private message me, or you can email me at sarcasticandsober@gmail.com and ask me questions, and I will answer. And if need be, I will give you my phone number. I love you all. Have a great rest of your day.